visiting time is now. And he shoots the guy's kneecaps out. And the guy goes, "Ah, oh, my knees." And Arnold Schwarzenegger breaks through the fucking thing, hits the button, and he gets back on the bike and says, "He'll live." He drives into the goddamn insane asylum, chat. Hello, I just wanted to thank you for clicking on my video, and I wanted to let you know not only do I create content in my YouTube channel here, Class in a Glass, but I'm also on Twitch where I play single-player games, multiplayer games. I do movie reviews, cartoon reviews, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Also, it would be a big help if you can check out my Patreon, where you can gain access to audio commentaries, reactions, and the ability to submit questions for my podcasts and videocasts. And all that content can be found in the links below. In the meantime, enjoy the video.
Terminator 2, Judgment Day. This time, he's back. For good.
Trust me.
But chat, let's go ahead and get into my Terminator 2 Judgment Day review, chat. We open up, chat, to destruction. It's the year 2029, chat, and the machines have taken over. Skynet is in control, and the planet has been decimated, chat, by nuclear fire, chat. The entire landscape is coated with the bones and the bodies, chat, of humanity, which is near extinction. But they're still fighting against the machines, chat, the Terminators. By the way, this opening shot has aged so incredibly well, chat, because Cameron, now he's like, you know, on the whole Lucas Spielberg thing where I use nothing but CGI now, where like he barely uses any practical effects. But he uses so many practical effects and models and animatronics in this movie, and you see it all up in front in this first little sequence here, chat. Thank you, Doug, for the 5 minutes. It's such a good intro, absolutely. Where in the first Terminator, chat, like its foot comes down and it crushes the skull of a human, and just like you could tell, like the animatronics they look great. You could put these in a movie today, chat, and it's like it looks perfect. It looks perfect, chat. That's why practical effects, they always age better than CGI. And you see this thing, because in the original Terminator film, chat, when we see the full body Terminator, it's in stop motion. That's like my big criticism of the first Terminator film, is that it's like, so it's like that claymation shit, and this never looks good in live action. But here, you see it's a full animatronic Terminator, and you see it's like turning around, and how it's so articulate as it's moving forward, chat. And you see all these fucking humans just getting blasted by phaser and laser weapons, chat. These huge tank Terminators just blasting and everything. And you have all these giant helicopter Terminators coming in, just blast at the humans. I mean, it's okay, chat. Even though the humans seem to be at a disadvantage, they have a secret weapon, chat. A great leader who has led humanity on a successful campaign against the machines, chat. They've won battle after battle after battle. And who's that man, chat? John Connor, the savior of humanity. Now, fucking Skynet, they know, like, we gotta kill that fuck. But they've had no luck, chat, in the year 2029. So they said, well, fuck it. We're gonna go back in time and kill his mom before he's even born. But that didn't work, chat. It didn't work. John Connor, he anticipated this, and he sent back Kyle Reese. He said, you gotta go back there, okay? You gotta meet my mom and protect her. Little does he know, Kyle Reese doesn't know, chat, that Kyle Reese is the dad of John Connor, chat. And so John Connor kind of fucked with him, where he gave him a picture of his mom. He says, isn't my mom hot? I'm going to give this to you forever. And Kyle Reese just jerked it. He just jerked it for years off on that little picture of Sarah Connor, chat, until he finally met her, chat, and he put a baby in her. He was a one-pump kind of guy who says, boom, baby. That's how it happened, chat. He was very fertile. People in the future, chat, are very, very fertile. And then she had a baby boy, chat, named John Connor. The thing is, though, Sarah Connor had a very traumatic experience at the hands of the original Terminator, chat, in 1984. And she tried to raise John, chat, but shit just didn't work out. Shit didn't work out. And she was placed in an insane asylum. Thank you, Darkslave, for the 5 days. You gotta go back and fuck my mom. Pretty much, but he didn't reveal that. He was doing some manipulative kind of shit where he was just like, here you go. Here's that picture of my mom, the most beautiful woman you've ever seen in your entire life. And Kyle Reese was like, here she is. And yeah. He was doing, John was playing fucking, you know, 4-dimensional chess, chat. I know what he was doing. And so that's what happened. And so, you know, Sarah Connor, she raised him to raised John to the best of her ability, chat, basically telling him that you're the savior of mankind. You're going to fight against the machines. She became one of those tinfoil hat crazies, chat. She got real buff. She knew how to, like, wield guns and do karate chops and shit and Krav Maga and all that good stuff, chat, the Israeli martial art. So she's kicking a whole lot of ass, chat, but then she ended up in a fucking insane asylum, and where she currently resides, chat. But that doesn't matter, because then after this opening intro, chat, with the machines and humans are fighting, chat, we see some goddamn time travel shenanigans, chat. We are between two Mack trucks, and we see this big old fucking time travel ball, and it's glowy, and there's electricity and everything, chat. And it bursts, it explodes, and what do we see, chat? We see the fine human specimen that is Arnold Schwarzenegger, chat. And he stands up. We don't see any Schwarzenegger tip. We don't see the tip of his peen like we do in the original Terminator, chat. But like you do see in the original Terminator, you see it like, woo, there it is, I saw it. You don't see any of it in here, chat. You just see his physique. He's not as big as he was in the original Terminator, chat. He was very muscular because he was on the steroids still, so he was very muscular. Here he's a little more lean, a little leaner, a little meaner, chat, but he still looks great. He still looks amazing, chat. A lot of people, this is how they still think Arnold Schwarzenegger looks to this day. And he gets up, chat, he's completely fucking butt naked, and he's like, there's a diner over there. I need clothes and a mode of transportation. And we cut to his perspective, chat. He's looking at all the vehicles. He's like, no, foremost target identified. I want that motorcycle. So he's got to get that motorcycle, chat, but then he needs some new clothes. And he walks in there, and the fucking people are like, holy shit. Ladies are like, yeah, girls' night. Woo! They're all excited about it, chat. Even the guys are like, I wish my peen and balls were that big, but they're not, chat. They're not as big as Arnold Schwarzenegger in 1991. Unless he was taking the steroids. In that case, they're peen and ball is probably much bigger than his. But he's walking around, chat. And he goes up to this big biker guy, and the biker guy's like, okay. And he's like, I need your clothes, your pants, and your boots, and your mode of transportation. Give them to me now. And the guy's like, fuck you, Arnold Schwarzenegger. And he's like smoking this big old cigar. And goes, he like burns it on him, chat, on his nipple, on his little nipple right there. But it's not working, chat. The nip burn doesn't work. And he's like, holy fuck, his nipple's immune to cigars. And Arnold Schwarzenegger just starts beating the shit out of this guy, chat. Like, someone comes up behind him, and Arnold Schwarzenegger just goes, bye, backhands him, chat. He takes the biker guy, chat, and he fucking throws him. He just fucking throws him into the kitchen, chat, where he promptly falls on the fry greaser and the goddamn stove, chat. And he's like, ah! He's burning, chat. You know, you could see when he lifts up his arm, the skin's all coming off, chat, and there's just burnt meat. It's like, oh my god! And more people keep coming at Arnold Schwarzenegger, chat. They're like, we're gonna wrestle him. And Arnold, he just takes this one guy and just throws him through the fucking front window, and he goes out there, chat. And then this other guy, chat, comes to come with him and had a knife. Arnold just fucking snaps his arm, chat, like fucking Jeff Goldblum in The Fly, and he breaks their arm, chat. He just twists that thing, and it's like all around. It's like, ah! And then he just takes it and embeds in the guy's back. Oh, the older guys are like, shit, we're going to back the fuck off. Thank you for the 5 minutes. That dude that landed on the flat to burn his hands. Two? He really did? Oh, wow. Shit, no, he definitely did. And Arnold, he goes into the kitchen chair with the guys like, bad shields, thank you for the 5 minutes. Why haven't they tried bringing reinforcements from the past into the future to fight? Good question. That's a very good question. Yeah. Because they do explain that, bad shields. They do explain that because they can't go back. They can't go back. So you send someone back to the past, but people in the past can't go back. It's a one-way trip. It's a one-way trip, and they can't send anyone in the future. It's only the past. They do establish those rules. I think Kyle Reese does mention that in the original film. The reason why, he just says he can't. So it's like, okay, yeah, go. So he goes to the guy. Guy's like, ah, and he takes off all his clothes. Arnold Schwarzenegger, he's all badass and shit, chat, and he's walking out there, and he goes to the motorcycle, chat, turns it on. What's on the fucking radio? Bad, bad to the bone. Now it's like, oh my god, so cool, bad to the bone. And the guy, the fucking owner of the establishment, chat, he walks out there with a sawed-off shotgun. He's like, I can't let you take that man's mode of transportation, son. Can't take that bike. And Arnold Schwarzenegger, he fucking turns around, he just goes right up to the guy. Guy's like pointing right to the gun to his chest. Arnold just fucking grabs it. He just grabs it. The guy goes, oh! And the whole thing, bad to the bone. And Arnold takes the glasses in the guy's pocket, chat, and he puts them on. It's like, I'm taking these things. It's like, oh, it's so badass. It's so badass. And he is bad to the fucking bone. And he walks down the bike, chat, and he drives off, chat. Probably, well, as far as we know, chat, we didn't see the marketing. Looks like he's going after John Connor, chat, or Sarah Connor. Gotta kill him. Make sure that the future, that humanity doesn't succeed. But then, chat, we're taken to a new place, chat, where it's like under this underpass, and we see the same time travel ball, chance all electrical, and then ba-boom! And then, chat, we see a very completely naked Robert Patrick, chat, who does reveal his peen. Peen is seen, chat. You see, like, Arnold Schwarzenegger says, I'm not revealing my peen in this one, okay? Give that to Robert Patrick. And Robert Patrick says, I will reveal my peen. And so you see it, chat, in a shot when he's getting up. You see ooh, I see the undercarriage. I see the undercarriage, chat, a little bit, that taint there. It's all there, chat. The thing is, though, a police officer, he's in a squad car, and he sees a naked Robert Patrick, and he walks out to him, why are you naked, Robert Patrick? And Robert Patrick goes, bah, and he punches him in the tummy, and the cop falls down, chat. And at this point, it's like, oh no, I guess, well, this must be the hero, chat, because it can't be 2 Terminators. That would be fucking crazy. And so he takes we assume, chat, the camera cuts to the bike, where Patrick was looking at, and he walks in the shot, chat, with the clothes on. So I guess we just assume, oh, he's wearing the clothes. But little do we know, chat, he can transform clothes onto his body. He can change his appearance, chat, to anyone. He's also a far more advanced infiltration unit than the T-800, chat, the models. What was the T-900? I don't know. Never saw it, chat. But we did see what the T-800 looks like and the T-1000. Someone in the chat probably knows what the T-900 looks like, chat. I have no idea. He goes in his squad car, chat, and he drives off. Meanwhile, chat, we cut to like a suburban area, chat, in Los Angeles, in LA, chat, where we see Jeanette Goldstein, chat, who, I'm sorry, I don't know what her ethnicity is. She, of course, chat, Jeanette Goldstein plays the foster mom to John Connor in this film. They don't like him, chat. They just have him for the money. Clearly, that's what it is, chat. They're living off of the money. But she's at least trying to do something, trying to scold him and teach him. And she goes in the garage where he's playing very loud music, working on his bike. And he's like, you're not going to pay attention to you. Okay, I'm working on my bike with my friend. By the way, chat, the guy who plays John Connor's friend, who's about in the first 20 minutes, he lives. He doesn't get killed. But very important character in the history of in Terminator, chat, because he does prevent John Connor from being assassinated from the T-1000 at one point. So good on him. But this actor, you've seen him in everything, chat. He's the red-haired kid. He's the ginger kid in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. He plays one of the neighbor kids. He's also, chat, the best friend of Tom Hanks in the movie Big. He was that. I forget his name, chat, but you've seen him in a ton of films in the 80s, especially in like the mid to like late 80s, all the way up to the early 90s. I think he retired. I don't think he's acting anymore, but he made his money. He says, I'm still living off this shit. He picked some really fucking good films to appear in, chat. He did very well for himself. But he's doing great. Oh, she's in a lot of sequels. But yes, but chat. What was her name again, chat? Jeanette Goldstein. Again, she comes in there as the mom. I don't know what ethnicity she is. So she played a very Hispanic-looking woman in Aliens, chat. Now, I don't know what she could be in this. And she played an Irish woman in Titanic. And I'm like, I don't know. I just don't know what she is, chat. I think if you look up her ethnicity on Wikipedia, chat, or IMDb, it's just a question mark. We're like, we don't even fucking know. She hasn't revealed that to us. Batches, think of the 5 biddies. Look like Mattel. They were anti-Terminator units, according to... Oh, really? Oh, that's kind of cool. That's fun. New Edition Juice, are you going to talk about the nominees for the Game Awards after my review? I will discuss them in detail. I'll just mention them. We can have a good back and forth, I imagine. And so she's mad, chat, because John's not listening to her, and neither is his ginger-haired friend. And she goes in the house, and she talks to her husband, chat, Todd the dad. And Todd, chat, he just wants to smoke his cigarettes, chat, and drink his milk. Okay, it's gross. Why you drink out of the fucking carton, Todd? That milk is for everyone in the house, and you're getting your cigarette mouth and breath all over it. Now when I pour the milk, it's like, it smells like cigarettes. Clearly, Todd has been drinking. And he's like, fine, whatever. And he goes outside, and he's telling him, John, played by Edward Furlong, chat, saying, like, you gotta listen to your mom, John. He's like, she's not my mom, dude. Eat my shorts. And he goes off in his little motorcycle, chat. Goes off in his little motorcycle with his ginger-haired friend. And they go, chat, and they go rob a bank. That's their next objective. So, chat, as you all know, in the 90s, Hollywood was trying to, like, understand computers. I mean, up until, like, the 80s to the 90s, really. But the concept of the internet, chat. And their way to understand the internet was to make movies about hackers, chat. Now, if you were a hacker, you could do absolutely anything in a movie. That was your get-out-of-jail-free card, chat. You just say someone's a hacker, and they can hack into any computer system over the internet, or an internet, as they call it in many films. And that's what you could do. And so John is this master hacker, chat, who goes up to an ATM, somehow hacks the camera system so they don't see him or his ginger-haired friend anymore, and they steal thousands upon thousands of dollars from the ATM chat, and they run off. And they're like, yeah, and they're like splitting the money, chat, because they want to go. What do they want to do, chat? What 90s kid? Where do 90s kids want to go, chat, in the 90s? Where do kids want to go in the 90s, chat? I'm looking for that answer. Dark Side, think of the 5 base. Todd deserves to be stabbed through the mouth for contaminating the milk. Goddamn right he does. Not 7-Eleven. Not 7-Eleven. It's close. Not arcade. That's true. They do arcade, but where is the arcade? VAT 42, the mall. That's where all these kids go to. In the 80s and 90s, they all go to the mall. Malls, chat, they're going extinct. No longer the hangouts of the teens, chat, of the youths of the world. And they want to go to the arcade. But while they're splitting money, chat, fucking John's ginger-haired friend from, who was a neighbor to the Zelensky, that kid knew a lot of people, chat. That kid has had an interesting life. So he not only did he know the savior of mankind, John Connor, he also, chat, knew the inventor of shrinking technology and also met his friend who somehow grew to 30 years old and then went back to normal, chat, via a magic fucking talking box. Weird. It's very complicated, chat. It was like that kid has seen some shit. This is the last thing apparently he saw, chat, before the end of humanity. But he sees a picture of his mom, chat, the same picture that was taken of Sarah Connor at the end of Terminator 1, chat. And he says, "Is that your mom?" And John's like, "Yeah, that's her, but she's insane. She's crazy. She's in the fucking loony bin, and I forget what they mentioned, chat, but it's a insane asylum in Los Angeles." And he's like, I hate her so much, and I want to forget about her. And then they go to the mall and they play games. Meanwhile, chat, we go ahead and we transition to that insane asylum, chat, where the Sarah Connor we saw in the first film, chat, that Sarah Connor is dead and gone. This one, I love it that James Cameron, clearly he was inspired by what he did with Ripley in Aliens. And he's like, I want to do the same thing with Sarah Connor, where I want to make her a fucking badass, chat. So she's turned her little cell, chat. She's flipped over a mattress and is using the bed frame to just do these fucking pull-ups, chat. And, Linda Hamilton, she did a lot of her own stunt work in this filming. All this scene was her. And she did, like, some serious, intense training for this movie, chat. And it fucking shows, because her muscle, she's not like buff, not like Arnold Schwarzenegger in one, but she has muscles, chat. You can tell she is cut. She is really cut. Wow. She could kick, I'll tell you right now, she can kick anyone's ass right here, right now. There's no doubt about it. I would not want to fuck with Sarah Connor. Jesus Christ. And she looks great. She's beautiful. And she was beautiful in the last one. She's beautiful here. And she looks like a clearly badass, and she has a badass shit. She does some crazy shit in this movie. And she's just fucking working out, just doing all these pull-ups. I wish I could do a pull-up. Darkslayer, thank you for the 5 minutes. She's shredded. Yes, she's shredded. That's the way to describe her. She's absolutely shredded. No question about it. She's one of the greatest, action heroes of all time, Chad. No doubt about it. Might be number one. Honestly, might be number one, Chad. I think only one who maybe matches her is Ripley, and that's from Aliens. So, yeah, I think she's probably number one. Bed frame pull-ups, exactly, Casey. She's doing all this shit, chat. Meanwhile, we cut outside of her, so we see the psychiatrist in the first film. What's his guy's name? I always forget his name, chat. Dr. Silberman? I think his name is Dr. Silberman. Dr. Silberman, played by Earl Bowen, chat. Dr. Silberman, who interviewed her during her traumatic experience with the first Terminator. Chat, he was at the police station. He lucked out. He didn't get fucked up in that movie. He just passed the Terminator, leaving the police station, chat. Lance Hendrickson, he got fucking killed, chat. Fun fact, chat. I mentioned this in my Terminator review, spoiler review. You know who was the original choice to play the Terminator for James Cameron's first film? Lance Hendrickson. He was the original choice, but they went with Arnold Schwarzenegger instead. So this franchise could have looked a whole lot different. Chat, with Lance Hendrickson as the Terminator. He would have done a good job. And then he also happened to play a robot in Aliens. So that was the kind of like, oh, since you didn't play the robot in this one, you get to play the robot in this movie. So it's kind of cool. A little bit of a trade-off, chat. But yeah, he's just doing his job, Chad. And he takes his interns, Chad, his medical students. Thank you, back to the 5 minutes. Sir went down a small rabbit hole. The Terminator is in T3 is a modified T9. Oh, thank you. So now I know he's a modified T900. Thank you, Bat Shields. I appreciate that. Very, very kind. But he's just showing his interns, I guess his medical student, here's this crazy bitch. And she goes, hello, doctor, how's the knee? And they all turn to him and goes, she stabbed me in the knee with a pen 3 weeks ago. So she's fucked up poor Dr. Silverman quite a bit, Chad, over her time spent in this insane asylum. And, they fucking leave Chad. She just continues to fucking, work out. She also has that 1,000-yard stare, Chad, just like staring off in the distance, like all the time in this movie. You cut to her, she's staring off at something, Chad, just remembering, just traumatized by everything that she's gone through over the years. Also, Chad, we cut back and forth to Arnold, who's tracking John Connor, as well as Robert Patrick, who's tracking him, Chad. Robert Patrick, he goes to the foster parents looking for him. I love how they set him up. He's just like, I'm just looking for, I believe, your foster son, John Connor. And they go, oh, yeah, is he in trouble again? He's like, oh, no. He's not in trouble. I just need to speak with him in regards to a case I'm working on, see if he has any information on something. Do you happen to have a photograph of him that I can use to ask around the neighborhood and the area? And they go, of course. They have a photograph, and he's like, thank you, I appreciate this. But once I'm done, when I find him and I'm done talking with him, I'll go ahead and return this. Thank you so much. Like, I love it, Chad, that he's putting him at ease, and that's what they try to do with the audience, Chad. Of course, he's the bad guy at this point because of the fucking marketing. But brilliant setup. And Arnold, Chad, he's the opposite. He's just constantly, I love it, Chad, because when he sees John Connor going to the mall, he causes a fucking pileup of car shit. He causes a major accident chasing after John as he's going to the Galleria. It's the complete opposite of that. Eventually, Chad, we do cut back. We do cut back to John and his ginger-haired friend, and they're playing in the arcade, Chat. They're having a fucking blast. Like, woohoo! The excitement of youth. But then fucking Robert Patrick, he's making his way to the mall as well, Chat. He's asked some kids, and we saw John Connor go inside the Galleria, and he's like, the Galleria? That's the mall, silly. He goes, yes, the moms. I'm sorry. You and you kids and your newfangled malls. I got you. Thank you so much, girls. And he goes there, Chat. Meanwhile, we cut to Arnold, who's also infiltrated the mall, Chat. By the way, he's very conspicuous. He is not I love that they're both infiltration units, and Arnold's like, he's never not. He always consistently fails at infiltrating shit, Chat, because he's this goddamn 6'5" Austrian man in black leather, Chat, carrying with sunglasses on, with this huge box, Chat, filled with roses. Even though we know the gun's hiding, and he's just walking around like this. It's like you stand out like a fucking sore thumb, metallic thumb even. Robert Patrick, he enters the mall too, and eventually, Chad, he goes to the arcade, and he's asking kids, "Have you seen this boy, John Connor?" Like, "No, sorry." And he passes by the little ginger-haired kid, Chad. He asks him, "Have you seen this boy, John Connor?" And the guy goes, "Sorry, man, no, I don't know him." But he played it fucking very nonchalant, Chad. And he goes, shit. And he goes to John, who's playing, those 1990s video games, Chad. Arcades are the biggest thing in the early 90s. And he goes like, "Hey, man, the fucking fuzz is after you." And he sees this, and the cop Robert Patrick makes instant eye contact, like, foremost target identified. And you could just see his body language changes, Chad. Like, in all the other scenes, like when he's interacting with other people, he's being very nice, very kind, very respectful. He's speaking softly, Chat. But as soon as he locks eyes with John, it's just dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Completely changed. And it's like, whoa, that looks a little different. Thank you, bitch, of the 5 days. Oh, my God, the days of getting on a store intercom to find your missing Yeah, man, exactly. And then he just starts marching towards him, Chat. So his body language changes in the scene. And fucking John's like, shit. And he's taking off, Chat, because he thinks he's in trouble for robbing the bank earlier. And Robert Patrick is just fucking pushing kids. Not like, get out of my, like, excuse me. No, he's just like, just throwing kids around the arcade, just trying to get to John. And the ginger kid's like, "Hey, man, I haven't seen him." And he fucking takes, like, he throws him. But he lives, Chad. He lives. He's fine. He's not dead. And he's after John Connor, Chad. He's just after him. And, John Connor, he's going in the back, the bowels, Chat, the bowels of the Galleria Mall. Just like, I gotta get out of here. He passes by this poor schmuck, Chad, who has a can of, by the way, Pepsi paid for this movie. Because you'll see Pepsi cans. You'll see goddamn vending machines for Pepsi drinks all in the background of this film, Chad. Or prominently feature people holding and sipping on Pepsi. You know what those security guards are drinking, Chad? Pepsi, which is fine. You gotta pay for the movie. It was the most expensive movie made at the time, Chad. At the time, this was the most expensive film ever made. So you got to pay the bills, man. Got to pay the bills. So I don't hold it against them. And so he's going, and this one guy's drinking this pistol like, hey, watch out, kid. And then Robert Patrick, he's coming right towards him. He's almost go through those doors. But then as John Connor, he's going, yeah, my exit. There's my fucking exit shit. Who burst through the fucking door? Arnold goddamn Schwarzenegger, chat. The T-800. And you see it's all in slow motion, chat. Thank you, Dark of the 5 minutes. Yeah, you'd be the T-1000. This goddamn right, I would be. I got that look. I got that Robert Patrick look. But it's such a badass scene, chat. It's all in slow-mo. A lot of slow-mo in this movie, chat. So I'm like, oh, slow-mo. But every time they use slow-mo in the film, chat, it's really, really good. And oh my God, it's beautiful, chat. Where Arnold, he just rips open the box and the roses are all falling down, chat. Like, and he's crushing them. He's stomping on them. He takes out the shotgun. He does that flip with it, chat, which we all did as kids. We all got like a fake toy sawed-off shotgun, chat. We go like flip it just like Arnold did. And he's like, oh my God, he's gonna blow John Connor out of the way. By the way, the Pepsi guy's like right behind John. And Robert Patrick, he also bursts through the door at the same time, and he sees Arnold. And Arnold says it, Chad. He says, get down. And John fucking gets down, Chad. And Arnold goes, boom! And the Pepsi guy was out of the way, so he didn't shoot Pepsi guy, Chad. But fucking Robert Patrick, he takes the boom, and then we see it. We see the metal bloom, Chad, the flowers, and it's like, he's a Terminator. Arnold Schwarzenegger's the good guy. What? Again, it was a huge revelation. No one knew this because the marketing betrayed him. Terminator, thank you for the 11 biddies. That first line, get down. It's just the way he says it. And Robert Patrick's like, I ain't getting down for shit. And he starts shooting. He takes out his sidearm, boom, boom, and he kills Pepsi guy. The Pepsi, and he's like, my Pepsi. And he dies. Pepsi guy has died, Chad. And then to confirm, that Robert Patrick is now the bad guy, chat, because he killed Pepsi guy. And so Arnold just fucking grabs John Connor, and he's trying to make his way out of the Galleria, chat. But John, he runs. He escapes from Arnold, chat. He escapes. And John, he gets into the parking garage, chat, with Robert Patrick. Great scene, too. Because Arnold and Robert Patrick start throwing each other around this little hallway, chat. They're fucking going through walls and shit. Like, Kool-Aid man. It's so good. And Robert Patrick, he manages to get away from Arnold, because all he's after is John. And John, he gets on his bike, chat. But Robert Patrick, he fucking gets out of the... Oh, I love it, too. So, John's trying to start his bike because it's a piece of shit. That's why he was working on it earlier in the movie. Robert Patrick is calmly walking down the stairs, shit, just like... He'll still be the infiltration unit, but as soon as he sees John the bike, he goes, does the Tom Cruise chopping air run. John's like, shit! And he gets the bike going just at the last minute. But then we get the start of Robert Patrick's just super intimidating run throughout the movie. And it's like, oh my God. Eventually, John, he does get on the street, chat, and he's going ahead of Robert Patrick. Robert Patrick, he sees a fucking truck. He goes up on it, chat, fucking gets the guy, just throws him out of the truck, chat. And then we get the first of many, there's so many chase sequences in this movie, chat, and every single one of them are great. This maybe is the most iconic, chat, where we're in the kind of the tunnels in LA, chat, during the day with the truck and everything, and Arnold and the bike and stuff. But there are several chases in this movie that are extremely, extremely good. But Robert Patrick's in the truck and he's just trying to fucking run John Connor over. Meanwhile, Arnold, he gets to the parking garage. He gets on his Harley Davidson. He's chasing after them, chat. And, John realized, like, I'm not going to be able to outrun this guy on the open road. So he goes ahead, chat, and he jumps down to those, like, I don't know, sewer. I don't know how to describe it, chat, but it's those... I guess it's those weird tunnels, those open tunnels, chat, where water always rushes through. It's not a pipe, technically, but that's where it is. He goes down there. You always see him in LA. You see him in major cities all the time. I don't know the right word for him. I guess it's these man-made kind of piping. And so he goes down to their chat. And Robert Patrick's like, I'm going down there, too. We get the epic scene shot of the truck just killing down there, too. And fucking Chico's like, holy shit. They use so many trucks for these shots. It was incredible. One of the best chase scenes of all time. Absolutely, man. The best part when the top of the truck gets knocked out. I believe you are talking about a ravine. Thank you, Mr. Terminator. Aqueduct. That's it, Dark. It's the aqueduct. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you, guys. That's what you're here, chat. So I remember. Remember aqueduct shit? I remember now. So they're in the aqueduct, but that amazing shot of the truck going down there, and John's just like, holy shit. They use so many trucks for this scene, because you'll notice in shots that the truck looks different every time, because they kept breaking down. And so that's why I really respect Cameron, chat, before he went, CGI for everything, like, Ridley Scott or George Lucas or Steven Spielberg. where he used so many practical effects. I know people remember it for the T-1000 and the liquid stuff, but the sheer amount of practical effects is astounding in this film. And he goes down there, and he's just chasing after this kid. And Arnold's like, shit. Arnold's got to get down there, chat. So he blasts a fucking chain link fence of his sawed-off shotgun, chat. We see all these wonderful shots of him just, like, shooting at Robert Patrick and cocking the gun, doing that little flip, and boom! Boom! Like, one arm, chat. It was so badass. Eventually, he goes down there, too. He gets in front of the truck. And he grabs John's, like, you not that bike is shit. And he puts him on his own bike, chat. And they're still riding. And Arnold's like, fuck this. And he fucking blows up the goddamn tires. And so now he's just on the tires all fucked up, chat. Or Patrick loses control of the car. Boom! Hits a bridge, chat. Explodes. All that shit. And Arnold stops the car. And he's just like, oh, he stops the motorcycle, and John's like, what the fuck is going on? He's like, he's not dead. And they drive off. Let me see the big glory shot, what he actually is, where Patrick actually is, chat, where he walks out of the flame, very reminiscent of the original Terminator film, chat, when the stop motion Terminator walks out, the exoskeleton, or the endoskeleton, I should say. And he walks out, chat, like completely calm, as he's always putting himself back together. Eventually, John Connor's just like, okay, fucking stop, just stop. It's hours have passed by, just stop driving. And eventually they stop. And thank you, Dark Side of the Five, most of all these chase scenes would be pure, most CG at the film. Yes, they would be. There's no question about that. They'd all be CG, and we'd all be poor for it, chat. And so eventually they stop and they park the motorcycle. And John's like, holy shit, you're a fucking Terminator. And Schwarzenegger's like, yes, I'm a Terminator. And he's like, my mom told me about you guys. Always thought you was fucking crazy, but oh my God, you're real. And he's like, oh shit, who was that guy? He was also a Terminator. And he's like, well, he looks different from you. He's a more advanced model, so he's better than you. And he goes, and there's like a pause from Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he goes, yes. And he goes, oh no. Well, shit, I gotta warn my foster parents. I mean, I don't like them, but I want them to die or nothing. And Arnold's like, they're probably already dead. He's like, I gotta try. And he goes to the payphone check, because it's the 90s, no one has cell phones. I love that. Now there's no excuse to, like, you guys okay? You gotta go to a payphone. He goes to a payphone. He's like, do you have a quarter? And Arnold Schwarzenegger just fucking punches the phone, and all the change falls out. And he goes, thanks. And he puts it in there, and he calls up. And we cut to the house, chat, with Jeanette Goldstein. She's making some dinner, chat. Looking like she's making a nice salad. Looks like she's doing some maybe it's a chicken Caesar salad, chat. That's nice. I like a good chicken Caesar salad, chat. That sounds good. And she picks up the phone. She's oh, John, are you okay? And he goes, oh, Jeanette, yeah, I'm good. How are you doing? She goes, oh, we are totally fine. We're doing great. You just scared me to death, honey. Oh, you got to come home right now. Like, so Todd and I are just so scared. And Todd's like, tell him to get his little ass back home. And Jeanette's like, hold on. And she's like, hold on. And because Todd drinking the fucking milk shit out of the carton. What they've always told you, don't drink the milk out of the carton. And she goes, I'm sorry about that. Please continue. And he goes to Arnold Schwarzenegger and he's saying, I don't know, something sounds weird about her. She's never this nice. And I was like, give me the phone. And he takes the phone. He mimics John's voice check. His infiltration, you can mimic voices. And because they hear the dog in the background, chat, they hear, what's his name? I forgot the dog's name. The real dog's name. John asks, Arnold Schwarzenegger's like, what is the dog's name? And he goes, it's the goddamn dog's name is Killer or something. And, Arnold's just like, I hear Wolfie in the background. Is Wolfie okay? And Jeanette's like, oh, Wolfie's fine, honey. Wolfie's just fine. And then Arnold Schwarzenegger hangs up the phone. Your foster parents are dead. Like, just Max. It's Max. That's what it is, Max. And it's like, how's Wolfie? And he's like, oh, he's okay. And just hangs up the phone. He's like, they're dead. And, John's like, holy shit. And we cut back to, Jeanette Goldstein, chat, where he knows that he fucked up. He's like, shit. And he looks over to Todd, who he's fucking impaled on the goddamn wall, chat. Went through the milk carton all the way through his goddamn head, chat. They'll teach you not to drink out of cartons, chat. It's for the whole fucking family. That's what you do. So Jeanette Goldstein, we assume, chat, is killed off screen. Arnold Schwarzenegger's like, your foster parents are dead. And so they hang up the phone. And at this point, like, John's just kind of just freaked out by this whole thing. He's just like, I don't know what the hell this is, man. But I gotta get out of here. But Schwarzenegger's telling us I have to protect you. That's my job. And he grabs like John. John's like, get off of me, Arnold. And all these two guys. It was like, oh, that guy's fucking with that kid. Is he diddling you? And they're going over. And eventually, after John says, let go of me, Arnold lets go of him. And he goes, why'd you do that? And he goes, you told me to let go. And he says, wait a minute. Whatever I tell you, you have to do it. Yes, you reprogram me, your older self, your 45-year-old self, sent me back in the past to save your little scrawny ass. And he programmed me to basically do whatever you told me to do. And he goes, oh my God, stand on one foot. Arnold stands on one fucking foot. The whole time he goes, whoa, my own personal Terminator. Yeah, you told me to. Exactly. Vasquez died again. She died again, though this time off screen, chat. Not as nearly as iconic a death as an alien shit when she blew herself up. You always were an asshole, Gorman. Nothing like that one, chat. AJ Daniels the one dude with the hair looks like Scott Steiner. Yeah, he does. This guy is some Farrah Fawcett spray, chat. And he goes, cool. He's super excited to have his own personal Terminator, chat. And these guys come over. John's a little shit, though, because these guys were legitimately concerned about this kid, chat, because they thought he was being diddled by Arnold Schwarzenegger. And so they come over, chat. It's like, is this Arnold Schwarzenegger diddling you? And he goes, get lost, loser. It's just like, what the fuck? And the guy's like, excuse me? And at this point, it's like, beat it. Eat my shorts, like all those 90s Simpsons, Bart Simpson references, chat. Because Bart Simpson, he was, oh my God. I think back in the day, chat, like, look at the Simpsons now, they're so tame, right? But in, like, the 90s, the Simpsons, chat, like, that's the devil. Like, George H.W. Bush was criticizing the Simpsons on national television, chat. That's what it was like back then. Thank you, Elliot Hobb. Welcome, Elliot. Welcome back to stream. I know you've been super busy with school, but happy to have you, good sir. How you doing? Thank you for resubscribing. 7 months, man. 7 months. Thank you, good sir. So, all this shit's going down, chat. He's saying all the Simpsons catchphrase, and the guy goes, "Hey, kid," and Arnold's like, "He told you to stop to leave," and it's like, "Hey, man, don't you tell me what to fucking do." And he reaches for Arnold. Arnold just fucking takes his hand, just breaks it. He goes, "Ah!" and he throws him, chat. He grabs the other guy's friend and tries to swing. Arnold grabs him, throws him out in the car, pulls out his gun, ready to fucking shoot him. Chan John's like, no! And he bashes Arnold's hand out of the way, and the fucking gun goes off and everything. And they're like, holy shit! And the two guys run off, chat. And John's like, what were you gonna do? It's like, I was going to kill him. It's like, why? Why are you gonna kill him? It's what I do. I'm a Terminator. John, is this not getting through your head? Arnold Schwarzenegger is a Terminator. And he's like, you can't kill people. You can't do that. I love it. Arnold's like, why? It's because you just can't. And Arnold's like, I do not understand. I'm a Terminator. It's like, I know. But okay, like for certain situations, yes, you can. Like for that T-1000, try to kill him. But normal people, you don't do it. You can't kill anyone unless I tell you so. And he goes, okay, that's fine. And John's like, so what's the next step? We got to go rescue your mom. And it's like, okay, let's go rescue mom. No, that's what John wants. Let's go rescue my mom. I order you to do that. And he's like, okay, she is, significant. She can protect you too. Thank you. Oh. Elliot, I'm doing all right. Finished up one semester, moving on to the next. Got a bit of free time. Excellent, man. Well, happy to have you. Hope I can entertain you for a little bit. I'm currently doing my Terminator 2 Judgment Day review. We're about to go back to the insane asylum, chat. So Arnold takes John. They go to the insane asylum. Meanwhile, we are checking on good old Sarah Connor, chat. And she's having a nice little session with, what's his name? I always forget his name, chat. Forgive me. Dr. Silverman, little therapy session, chat. And she's saying, I'm much better now. I'm doing really good. These past 6 months have really helped me out. I'm not aggressive. And Dr. Silverman's like, yeah. And let's look at the tape. Let's look at the tape. And we see the tape, chat. And it's her ranting, raving. The fucking Terminators, they're real. They're gonna kill me. They're trying to kill me. They're gonna kill my son. I'm not crazy. You're crazy. It's just like a very stark difference. Very stark difference. And she's like, oh, yeah, I just got the medical care that I needed. And, thank God for that good old American healthcare system. I'm doing much better now. And they're like, and we cut to, like, behind the glass chat, and all these people are, like, watching her, observing her. And, Dr. Silverman, he's talking right. I think Dr. Silverman is in fucking cahoots for Cyberdyne, chat, because as soon as, like, Cyberdyne is mentioned, it's like, you talked all about this crazy stuff before. We just want to make sure that you're doing okay. And meanwhile, we go over to Cyberdyne, chat, where we see that Cyberdyne, they're in the process of building Skynet, chat. It's like, how are they able to build Skynet? With what technology, chat? And this is a great callback to the first movie. Introduces the character of Dyson, chat, Dr. Dyson. And he's like the lead researcher in the Skynet program right now, dealing with artificial intelligence. And, he's the one, he goes to the secret chamber, chat, where they're keeping this microchip that they found. He's like, even I don't know how we fucking got it, but we have it. And on another panel, chat, we see the severed arm of the T-800 from the first movie that survived. So when Sarah Connor killed it with the machine press, the arm was exposed and they still had that. The rest of it was completely destroyed. It was unusable, but that arm told them so much. And they're using both the microchip they obtained and the arm to create an advanced artificial intelligence, chat, which would later birth Skynet and plunge the world into Judgment Day. See, we got to stop Dyson, chat. We got to kill him. Maybe we don't have to kill Dyson, chat. We shall see. And so then eventually we cut back to Sarah Connor says, I'm doing much better. But so I think because I'm doing so good, I would really like to be moved to the minimum security wing, where I could see visitors, because I gotta see my boy. I gotta see John. And Dr. Silverman's like, Sarah, your attitude has changed. You're very positive right now. You're far more relaxed. You're no longer stabbing me in the knee with a pen. Appreciate that. But I think you're just telling me things I want to hear. I'm not sure your therapy has been helping you. I'm not sure at all. You could just be saying all these things to placate us, and then since we put you in the minimum security, you'll make another escape attempt. And she goes, I just got to see my son. He has to know about the Terminators. And he's like, okay. I'm going to, you know what I'm going to do, Sarah? I'm going to make sure that you're here for another 6 months of intense therapy. And she fucking loses. She goes, ah! And she attacks him, and she's like, ah! She's beating his fucking face. He's like, get her off of me. And then Doug, goddamn creepy Doug, comes over. He's like, oh, I got her. And he grabs her, chat. He's like, stab her with Thorazine. They put all the Thorazine inside of her, chat, so she relaxes, chat. And while all this crazy shit's going on, chat, a lot of crazy shit going on. She manages to grab a fucking paperclip as they're holding her down. She's like, I need that fucking paperclip. It's very important. And they take her back to her cell, chat, where they put her up and Doug strapping her down to her bed, chat. They pumped her up full, a lot of Thorazine. Also, Doug is revealed to be a major fucking creep, chat, because she's kind of like despondent. She's not doing anything, chat, almost like in a catatonic state. And Doug's looking at her and he goes, and he licks her fucking face and goes, and he's like, I'll be back for more. And he leaves. And it's just like, I thought she would have bit his fucking face off. It's like, ugh. But she just wanted to placate him, chat, because she got the fucking paperclip. And Buzz Doug's an asshole. She doesn't respect all the patients. She just starts banging on all the cell doors to wake all the people up, all the patients. He's a prick. He's a creep and he's a prick. But she gets the paperclip, chat, and she begins to undo all her bonds, chat. And then she goes to the door, and she's beginning to like escape. She gets the door open, chat. Now we get the spy portion, the escape portion. She's got to get out of the insane asylum, chat. Also, there's an earlier scene in the movie. I don't know if it's here or just before then. It's probably in between all the other stuff. But there, as I said before, there's a scene where she's hallucinating or dreaming, chat, because she has these very lucid dreams, where Kyle Reese is there to get her out, and they have this very romantic moment. They brought back Michael Biehn and everything. I actually really like it. It's in the special edition, but it's not in the theatrical cut. I like the scene. Apparently, I guess they cut it for pacey reasons, as I was told. But I like the scene a lot. Absolutely, Darkslayer. Cancel Doug. I think we can all get on the same page and say Doug needs to be canceled. He is not. He is abusing his workplace privileges, chat, by licking the patients. So. She's getting out, chat, and she's like all hiding and shit. And Doug, he's making his rounds and everything, and he notices that the utility closet is open, chat. He's going, it shouldn't be open. And he goes over the utility closet, chat. He's like looking around. He's like, And he notices the mop, chat, has been broken. Looks like someone picked the handle part of the mop. He's like, why is that broken? And he turns around, chat, and he goes, boom! He gets hit so hard across the fucking face, shit. It looks like his face caved in on itself. Knocks out half his teeth. Broken nose just snapped, Chad. It's like, oh my God. Like the cartilage is all exposed. It goes, oh! And she just goes, and she beats the shit out of him. And she drags Doug. So he got what he fucking deserved. She drags his body back into the cell, chat, and he takes his keys as she's making her way through. The thing is, there's a lot of checkpoints, chat. There's a shit ton of checkpoints that she has to get through to get to minimum security and eventually to the outside. Meanwhile, chat, we cut outside the building where Robert Patrick has showed up, chat, because he realized, like, okay, so I lost John Connor, but they'll probably come to rescue his mother. So he is able to get in easy peasy, chat. He's like, oh, how you doing? Like, oh, no problem at all. Always happy to have extra security. And so they let the police officer in, no problem, chat. He's a master infiltration. Schwarzenegger, not so much. He goes in there, chat, and he goes to the front desk, and he's asking for Sarah Connor, talking to one of the medical receptionists there. And she goes, oh, I didn't know that there'll be more coming today. Well, actually, your people are just about to come through, and some additional police officers are walking in. And he's like, oh, they don't know who I am. And so he just he pulls a fucking Batman, chat, and he vanishes. She's like, wow, that was fucking weird. And at this point, we're at Patrick. He's got to get a new skin suit. He's got to disguise himself as someone else. And then we're introduced to one of the security guards working there, chat. This actor, you've seen him before. This actor has a twin brother, chat. Remember Gremlins 2? That Christopher Lee had those two assistants, chat. Those are actually... They're not like one actor, chat. They're actually twin brothers. It's so fucking cool what they do with this guy. So they have this security guard, chat. It's like this portly kind of guy. Looks like Porkins from A New Hope. And he's going to get himself some coffee. He's like, Sharon, do you want some coffee? She's like, I'm good. He's like, okay. And he poured himself a cup of coffee. Meanwhile, chat, the floor starts to like go up all of a sudden. It's like, oh, that's part of his infiltration, chat. He's able to spread out his form, so he matched the floor, chat, as the one guy from Gremlins 2 walked over him. And so he's just coming up. It's like, oh shit. It's actually, again, 90s special effect, chat. It was amazing. And he's making his way over to the portly guy, and he goes, oh, you look on the cup, chat. I guess this is like a gambling thing. It's kind of like the scratch things for the gambling. He's like, I got a full house. And he turns around, chat, and the guy, and the fucking Robert Patrick character looks exactly like him. That's the guy's brother. So I just love that they have that act. Those two actors, like, we need twins, and like, we got you. And he's like, you look like me. And Robert Patrick goes right through his fucking face. It goes, ah! And they used a puppet for the guy. So it looks really natural, and he goes like right in between the eyes, like, and he's dead. And he takes on that guy's form, and he drags him into a utility closet, chat, and he has his keys, and he's going towards Sarah Connor's cell, chat. Meanwhile, Sarah Connor's trying to get out too, and eventually she ends up in this one security checkpoint area where Dr. Silverman is, and she knocks the shit out of this one guy, chat. She gets him, and she uses like the baton thing, and just bashes the shit out of Dr. Silverman's arm until it's like all fucking broken shit. So she's like, ah, you broke my arm. I'll break more. There's like 250 bones in the human body. I can get going right here. She's like, Jesus Christ. Deadpool, thank you for resubscribing with Prime. Appreciate that, good sir. Hope you're doing very well tonight. Welcome. Just in the middle of my review for Terminator 2. It's been fun so far. It's going to be a long review, chat. I'm realizing that right now. It's going to be a long review. And so at this point, he's like, oh, God. She's like, open the door. He opens the door for her and everything. And the security checkpoint. But then, chat, she sees some detergent, some laundry detergent. And she sees a fucking needle. And she sticks that fucking needle in there, chat, and she squeezes all that detergent in there, and she's about to give Dr. Silverman the Donald Trump coronavirus cure special, because then she walks out with him, chat, with this needle in his neck, and if she injects that into, like, his neck there, he'll be dead in seconds. He'll be, fuck! And so she's threatened to inject him. He's like, open the fucking door! Open the door! And she's like, Sarah, relax, I'll fucking kill him, I'll fucking do it! Terminators! And they're like, okay, Sarah, okay, and they open the door, chat, she's still walking out, but one of the orderlies, they're also they're behind her, and they get the jump on her, chat, but it's too late. She doesn't kill the doctor, but she fucks up the other guy. She keeps bashing him in the face and shit, and she runs off. Meanwhile, we go back to the outside, chat, where Arnold Schwarzenegger and John Connor have showed up. And John Connor is like, remember what I told you, okay? Just don't kill anybody. Arnold's like, okay, I won't kill anyone. And the security guard, he walks out and goes, sorry, guys, visiting time is from 10 to 4. And Arnold says, visiting time is now. And he shoots the guy's kneecaps out. And the guy goes, my knees. And Arnold Schwarzenegger, he breaks through the fucking thing, hits the button, and he gets back on the bike and says, he'll live. He drives into the goddamn insane asylum, chat. Thank you. Red Team TTV, welcome to stream. Hope you're doing very well today. Good to see you. Yeah, it's like bleach or window cleaner. Like threatening to inject that into him. That's what Donald Trump wanted, chat, to fight coronavirus. Just inject bleach into your body. Or fight it with light, fight it with bleach or disinfectant or the light power, very powerful light. It'd be great. Sunlight, gonna put sunlight into the body. T-Mac, welcome to stream. Good to see you. Hope you're doing very, very well. Red Team TV, just trying to help. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Very, very kind. Hope that you stick around for a bit longer during my T2 review. And so at this point, you know, Sarah Connor, she's running away, chat. She's locking the doors, breaks one of the keys off in the lock so they can't go after her. And she's going down. She's finally almost escaping, chat. She's almost at the elevator. It's like, yes, chat, yes. But as soon as she turns the corner, chat, she notices the elevator's about to open up. And who walks through the fucking door, chat? It's all in slow motion. Arnold Schwarzenegger. And chat, even though we've seen how badass Sarah Connor is throughout this movie so far, she just loses. She goes, no. She becomes the Sarah Connor that we saw from the first Terminator film. She's just trying to get away from him. She's like, but she doesn't see John behind him. She's just fucking running, and she's like, oh my god. And then eventually, she sees the fucking orderlies in the hallway chat. They got through. They tackle her to the ground. Dr. Silverman's just like, I don't feel good. And they're strapping her down. She's like, it's him. It's the Terminator. It's the Terminator. We all know, chat. But then Arnold Schwarzenegger, they see him walking towards them. They're like, holy shit. But then who winds up behind them, chat? Fucking Robert Patrick. Great shot where he like goes through the bars, chat, but he gets caught because his gun's in there. He goes, oh shit, hold on. Got it. And he just starts shooting. And Arnold and Robert Patrick, they just start shooting at each other. Orderlies are like, we don't know what to do. And Arnold, he's throwing the fucking orderlies around. Robert Patrick's doing the same thing because they're all fighting over this. They want the same thing, Chad. They want Sarah Connor and John Connor. At this point, Dr. Silverman's like, I'm just going to stand still so no one notices me. No one notices me. But he's seeing all this shit, Chad. He knows that Terminators are real at this point. It's like, oh my God, all those years, Chad. All those years. And here's the fucking proof that he always needed, Dr. Silverman. Arnold, John's right there. He's like, Mom, he's a good Terminator. It's okay. And she's like, what? And Arnold, he just starts get down, and he starts blasting Robert Patrick, chat, with his sawed-off shotgun. He delays him a bit. She's like, oh, Jesus Christ. And they go back to the elevator, chat. Robert Patrick's like, fuck that. And he jumps on top of the elevator, chat, and begins stabbing it with his metal knife hands, almost cutting, almost like slicing the back of Sarah. She's like, slices her back open. Arnold's just like, shit. He's like, blasting from the top of the elevator. All these action scenes are amazing. T-Mac, thank you for the 5 biddies. I'm doing well. I'm going to be fantastic. This bot I install on my PC works at 3 p.m. tomorrow, so I can get a PS5. Do it, man. Install that bot. Install some like rag dolls. I mean, honestly, this one poor orderly, chat, if there wasn't like a metal, like fencing on the windows, that guy would have went out that fucking 3rd-story window and died. There's no question about that. But as they're making their way down the elevator, chat, we're all Patrick stabbing at from the top and like, shit, holy shit, trying to get him. Eventually they go outside, chat. They get into Robert Patrick's police car. Robert Patrick's like, fuck, I need that car. And we get that fucking Tom Cruise run, chat. And then he elongates his metallic arms and he manages to get on the car by the bumper. And he's dragging himself up on it, chat. It's that iconic moment. Again, he's wearing these. Robert Patrick went through so much makeup for this movie, chat. Hey, man, Arnold Schwarzenegger, especially Robert Patrick, where he's getting on wearing these ridiculous puppet hands, chat. And he's smashing the window trying to go for John. Arnold, he goes out the window, chat, does the fucking, the flip with the gun, boom! And he's shooting his arms off until Robert Patrick's like, shit! And he falls off the car. And John's like, good, and he takes the one part of the metal arm that's still on the car that's in bed, and he throws it out there. And Robert Patrick, eventually he gets back up, and he walks towards the chair, and we see it's like, yes, Daddy! And he goes up his leg, he's like, yes, son, you're here, you're in my ham hock! And he goes back. Meanwhile, we're in the car, and everyone's kind of panicked at this point, and, Sarah Connor's like, why did you fucking come for me, you idiot, you stupid idiot, John? She's, but I love you. She's like, you're stupid. It's like, they came there to rescue, and she's berating him horrifically, Chad. It's like, come on, Mom, take it easy, And he's crying, and everything, and Arnold turns around, and he's like, why do your eyes water like that? And John's like, I'm crying. He's like, what is crying? He's like, it's nothing, don't worry about it. We set up one of the most ridiculous subplots in the movie. And eventually they get to this abandoned garage, chat, where they clean up Sarah's wound, chat. Arnold's patching her up and things. She's like, are you sure you know what you're doing? And he's like, I have a very intimate knowledge of the human anatomy. And she's like, to kill humans? He's like, Yes, I also know how to fix humans. You're very squishy. And he eventually fixes her, chat. And they take out all the metal slugs that are embedded in his back, too. Like, he got shot to shit by Robert Patrick earlier. And they take out like 25 bullets out of him. But his skin will heal, chat. He's got that age. And they say the key line here, his skin will age naturally as time goes on, chat. So it's like, hey, we can bring back Arnold and all these movies eventually, which they promptly did. They promptly did, chat. They're taking more and more of these bullets out of him. And he just stands guard the entire night, chat, like a fucking scarecrow watching. They abandon the police car, chat. They get into a new vehicle, and they drive down to Mexico. They drive down to Mexico where Sarah Connor used to work with some gun runners, chat, in Nicaragua. She has some people in Mexico, Chad. They can load her up with some weapons because they got a plan here, Chad. Because Arnold Schwarzenegger was telling them, it's like, yeah, Judgment Day is at hand. It's going to happen in 2 years from now, 1997. The film takes place in 1995, and the movie came out in 91. But in 1997, Cyberdyne's going to have Skynet come online. Skynet's going to become self-aware. They're going to initiate missile strikes all around the world. And for the surviving humans, we're going to build fucking robots and kill all of you. Okay, and I was sent back here to make sure that John lives. But John and Sarah have an idea. I was like, well, how did they do it? And he says Cyberdyne managed to obtain. They don't know. Cyberdyne's the one that created the Skynet. So they don't even know that they have the technology yet. That has been revealed. And so he's like, well, shit. Maybe who was the creator? Who's the one that initiated the creation of Skynet and eventually the Terminators? And he says, Dr. Dr. Dyson. And he goes, fuck that Dr. Dyson. He's so mean. But little do they know, chat, Dr. Dyson's actually a nice guy. He doesn't even know what's happening. But they go down to Mexico, chat, and it's like this is abandoned, like, little spot, chat, in the middle of nowhere. They all get out of the car. Like, there's no one there. And, Sarah, she's, like, calling for her friends. Enrique, she's looking for Enrique, chat. And he fucking pulls a gun on her. And John's like, do not shoot her. I will shoot you, Enrique. And he's like, oh, shit, I'm sorry. But Sarah's like, it's okay. And they all talk in Spanish. Everyone's nice. The whole family comes out, Chad. They got little babies. They're all like, yeah. They're all happy and shit. Everyone's hugging each other. And Arnold's just like, the fuck is this? And this, like, little baby, like, waddles up to him and he goes, you are small. And he picks him up, Chad. He, like, looks at him like this. He's like, why is it so squishy? It is ineffective in combat. And he drops it on the ground again. Hilarious. Uncle, and they ask him, who's the big guy? And he said, oh, this is Uncle Bob. Why is my name Uncle Bob now? Because you're an infiltration unit. Oh, yes, I forgot. So there you go. And during this whole time, they're loading up on all these weapons, Chad. Fucking grenade launchers, assault rifles, miniguns, Chad. Got a good old painless from Predator in there, too. They're taking all this shit, Chad, because they're going to make their way south. That's what they want to do, Chad. They want to make sure to stay away from Robert Patrick. That's the plan. And while this is all going on, they're working on equipment. John is bonding with the Terminator. Chad never had a really good father figure. It's hilarious because when this is all going on, John's like, telling the Terminator's like, every time someone asks him a question and instead of saying yes, he says affirmative. And John's like, don't say affirmative. No, that's lame. He's like, what do you want me to say? He says, you should say no problemo. And he goes, no problemo. He's like, yeah, you're nailing it. And if anyone's like, insulting you or anything, you should call him like dickwad. He's like, dickwad. He's like, nailed it. Yeah, that's the way what you should say. And listen, if everyone, you got to say goodbye to somebody, you got to say hasta la vista, baby. Hasta la vista, baby. You're fucking nailing it, Arnold. Yes. And he's like, I am nailing it. Very good. He's very happy about it. And the more, like, they're bonding while fixing a car and everything, and Sarah's observing this, and she's like, oh, my God, of all the men I've had in my life, except for the one that died for me and got me preggo, they've all been pieces of shit. She's like, the best father figure that John has ever had is a robot. Is a goddamn murder machine. That's the best father figure he's ever had in his life. Jesus Christ, I gotta date better people. She's like realizing this all when she's watching them bond. And then, as they're working on the car, the T-800 and John, Arnold turns to John and says, why do you cry? It's like it's the worst subplot in the movie. And John's like, I don't know. It's like when you're hurting, but it's not like real pain. It's like, so when you feel pain, you cry. I've seen this pain. He's like, it's not that kind of pain, Arnold. No, it's something different. It's like something that hurts you inside that's not physical. It's like emotion. He's like, I do not understand. And he's like, it's hard to talk about. It's just something that you feel. And Arnold's like, I will think upon this. And at this point, John's like, yeah, we got, because they test the car out and the car's like running. He's like, yeah, hell yeah, high five. And Arnold's just staring at there. It's like, I do not know what this 5 is. He's like, that's when you hit my hand. He's like, fucking hold your hand up, hold your hand out. He goes, yeah, they high five. He goes, this was nice. And he goes, okay, Arnold, now do me, hit my hand right here. And he goes, and Arnold just fucking hits his hand, chat, and that thing snaps like a goddamn twig. His fucking hand is hanging off, like, but just by his flesh, chat. And he's like, he's fine. But it does hurt him. I love it. He's like, ooh, ow. Okay, hey, let's do it again. He's like, okay, up high. And Arnold goes, up high. He's like, yes, and down low. Arnold's like, down low. But John takes his hand away at the last minute. He says, too slow. And the look on Arnold Schwarzenegger's face when John says too slow is just, why did you betray me? It's so hilarious. I love it. He's so sad. Look, finger's broken. I know, he's like a hurt puppy, and he's like teaching him how to do the high five. It's adorable. It's fun. He's a dog. Arnold is a metallic killing machine that's also a dog. It's the cutest thing ever. It had me dead. It's so funny. But that's when Sarah's just like, oh my God, he's the best father figure for him of all time. And then she just gets that, that 1,000-yard stare just off in the distance. She just remembers the dream she's always talking about when she was talking with Dr. Silverman in the Insane Asylum chat. Or it starts out where it's her. She's looking at this this playground. She sees another version of herself, one that's happy. She even has her 1980s hairstyle still, playing with her son, John. She's telling you gotta get out of here. You gotta get out of here. It's all gonna happen. And then, boom! Big nuclear explosion destroys the city that's on the horizon, chat. And it's so fucking hot, chat, that everyone in the playground, including Sarah herself, just bursts into flames. It's shocking. She goes, all the kids are like, they're all on fire and everything. And you see the great, wonderful shot. You have the explosion, all the buildings and trees and animals are just being fucking taken out until it finally gets to the park, chat. They all look like the people from Pompeii that are covered in that volcanic ash. And Sarah, she's like, she's still screaming. And then the residual wave just hits her, chat, and it rips all the skin and flesh and meat and muscle off her bones until she's just a skeleton on the fence, chat. Just going, it's amazing. Yeah, everyone on fire. It's like, holy God. She wakes up, she goes, she's like, oh shit. And she realizes, I gotta fucking finish this. That's what could happen around the world. I gotta take down goddamn Miles Dyson. I gotta take down Dr. Miles Dyson. So she changes the plan. She loads up. She gets these really cool steampunk sunglasses on, chat. She gets the military, and she looks fucking cut. She is shredded as hell when you see her. It's like, god damn. She loads up all these weapons. And the Terminator and John Connor, they were, Mom, what are you doing? Where are you going? And she's like, I gotta fucking finish this. And she fucking takes one of the cars, and she goes off. And they're like, oh my God, she's going after Cyberdyne. She's gonna go after Dr. I keep forgetting, Miles Dyson. And it's like, that was true. And the thing is, the Terminator speculates, well, that also might be a trap because Robert Patrick might be watching her because that was one of the things that a Terminator would typically do. High value targets, certain people might go and visit them and lay down traps. They're there forever, so they thought of everything. He said, we got to go after her. So they load up in the car, and they track her. Meanwhile, we cut to the house of Dr. Miles Dyson, chat, and he's typing away in his Apple II computer. And his wife and son, they're having a good time, chat. His son's just playing with his little remote control car. He's typing away, and the mom's like, you got to leave Daddy alone. He's very busy. But he's like, I want to show him my car. And he goes, okay, show him the car. But then it's bedtime. He goes, okay. And he's doing the thing. He's just typing away. Meanwhile, chat, outside, Sarah's just fucking loading up. She's got this giant fucking assault rifle. Got the laser pointer right point at Dr. Dyson's head, about to blow his brains away. But thankfully, chat, Dr. Dyson is saved by his son because he's using a remote control car, hits his father's foot, and he goes, oh, son, you're so rambunctious. And he goes to lean down to pick it up, chat, and boom! Sarah just fucking starts shooting, explodes the Apple II computer, and Dyson's like, holy shit! And he throws his son out of the way, and he takes cover behind his desk, and Sarah's like, okay, time to spray and pray! And she just starts shooting the whole office to shit. And he tells his wife, Dyson tells his wife and kid, just get down. And Sarah's just like, fuck. And she goes in there, chat. It's got to be an up-close kill. And she walks through the office, chat, like a fucking Terminator, chat, because they don't know it's the same situation. And she just starts blasting at Dr. Dyson. He goes, and he gets hit in the shoulder. He just, And he goes down, and his wife and son, they're on top of him trying to cover him, make sure he doesn't get killed. And she's like, get off him, I gotta kill him. And she like points her gun at Dr. Dice. She's like, don't hurt them. Just please don't hurt them. Thank you, Dr. the 5 Babies. Remember the scene where Miles wants to finish his work, but takes his kids to the amusement park? No, that's in the special edition. I forgot that scene. Good one, though. Oh, shit. And that's exactly what it is, Jaybird. She becomes the thing she hates. She is exactly like the Terminator from the first movie. And she realizes that. She's like, oh, shit. That's what I am. And she breaks down. It's a brilliant scene where she breaks down. The fucking mom and kid are crying. Dr. Dice is like, the fuck is happening? And while this is all happening, she had fucking goddamn John Connor and Arnold walk in. And they're like, ooh, shit. Okay, we got it's at 11 right now. Let's go ahead and bring it down to a 7. And, John, it's like, how's mom doing? Arnold goes, it was a clean shot. You'll be fine. So that's okay. Trying to calm the situation down. And John's like, oh, shit. Okay, we got to explain a whole lot to Dr. Dyson right now. He's got to take a lot of information because Dr. Dyson's like, who the fuck are you people? And all shall be revealed. And John's like, you got to show him, Arnold. You got to show him. And Arnold's like, I will show him. And it's about to see some weird shit. And so John just takes Dyson's son and goes, hey, show me your room. Show me all your cool stuff. And the kid's like, I guess. And they go to his room. And then we get the practical effects here are brilliant. So my favorite scene, shit freaks me out to this day, this scene, where Arnold, he takes off his jacket, has a short sleeve shirt, takes out a knife, and just begins cutting the flesh on his arm. Does like a ring around his arm right there. And we get this one fun thing. And Dr. Dyer's like, holy fucking shit, they're seeing all this. This is some kinky, weird sex things. And he cuts all the way down his arm, Chet, just like, all the way down to the wrist, the palm. And he grabs it. He grabs it and rips the entire thing off like a glove. And we see the hand. He's like, I'm a Terminator. And they go, oh! They're so freaked out. But it's so good, this shot. And, we get the voiceover where they told him everything. And he's just like, holy shit. I can't believe it. And he's like, I feel sick. Because he realizes, like, he's the reason why the world is plunged into nuclear war and the machines rise, Chet. The rise of the machines. Not until the third film, but it's almost here. And, Sarah, she's fucking losing her mind every other scene at this point. She's babbling and shit. And John's like, Mom, bring it down. And Dyson's like, well, I'll quit Cyberdyne tomorrow. I'll make sure that it never happens. I'll just quit. And they're saying that's not it. Someone will still do your research, and they'll still, create Skynet, and Judgment Day will still happen. We have to destroy whatever the thing is you have there. And he's like, well, we recovered some material from the incident with Sarah Connor. Goes, and she's like, I fucking knew you guys did that. And she says we did the chip, and we recovered the arm. And so we have to destroy the chip and the arm in order to prevent Judgment Day from happening. And they're like, shit, we got to fucking load up and go now. We got to go to Cyberdyne Security. And he goes, okay, shit, let's go. I think he tells his wife and kid to leave. I imagine they do because we never see them again. I don't know what happened to them, chat, but they're not in the house anymore. And they go to Cyberdyne Security. While they're gone, chat, Robert Patrick shows up because he's like, well, they might show up here. He sees all the destruction, and he knows that there's some shenanigans happening at Cyberdyne Security. He heads over there. But Dr. Dyson, Arnold, Sarah, and John, they all go to Cyberdyne Security, and it's like they try to be the most nonchalant, like at ease, putting like the guards at ease as they walk in there, like so just nonchalant, because they walk in there and the guard's like, yeah, this is fucked up and weird. I don't know what's going on here. He goes, oh, how you doing? Carl, I think your name's Carl. And Dyson's just profusely sweating because he just got shot, chat. I mean, it hurts. It's going to be sore for probably the next couple weeks. He's like, Carl, hey, yeah, I'm just going to go up and show my friends the stuff. And he goes, the guy's like, Dr. Dyson, you know that we can't have anyone up there after our especially guest. And at this point, fucking Arnold's like, you will show us the things. He pulled, like, Sarah and Arnold just pull out their fucking guns on him. He goes, holy shit. And I feel sorry for this guy, Chad. They fucking take him and they tape him up and they put him in the bathroom. But I guess they forgot about the secondary security guard, chat, because he walks, so he's like, goddamn, Carl, where are you? His name was Carl, chat. He's like, you're not supposed to leave your post till I get back. And he finds him all tied up in the bathroom, chat, right face first in a urinal. Come on, why are you going to do that to poor Carl? He goes, Carl! And he goes outside, chat, and alerts security. Police are coming. Eventually, they go up to Dyson's research wing, and he's putting in all of his access codes, chat, but they're not working. He's like, wait a minute. They were working this morning. They should be working now. But then he checks the computer systems, chat, those Apple IIs, and it's alert. And every time you send out an alert off for the security systems, it shuts down all access. But chat, what have we established in 90 cinema? If you're a hacker, you have a character who is a hacker, chat, you can hack the planet. Thank you. Who is this new person, chat? Who is this new follower? Conception 2, thank you for the follow. My new Huckleberry, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing very well today. Just in the middle of my T2 review. Hack the planet! Hack the planet. And he's like, John's like, I got this. I can hack it into this top secret Skynet security system. And that's what he promptly does. That's what he promptly, like, oh my God. And so him and Dyson, they grab the arm, chat. They grab the microchip. And they're like, oh, we fucking got him. The thing is, chat, the cops, also the security system, when they go inside the one area, chat, it produces this gas that's supposed to like fuck you up and kill you. And Arnold's just like, I got that. He fucking explodes the door, grabs gas masks for them, brings them out so they can go inside the research wing. So they destroy all the information, chat. Anything that's pre-existing of the Skynet project, they're erasing right here, chat. And then they'll get rid of the physical evidence too. But the police are all showing up at this point, chat, like cop cars, helicopters, and everything. Shit's getting bad. Arnold's like, don't worry, I'll take care of them. But John's like, but don't kill them, and I don't kill them. And he has the fucking like minigun, chat, and he's like, I won't kill them. I'll take care of it. Trust me, John. And we get one of the most badass scenes, chat, where no one dies, but it's still badass. Where he goes out and like on the top floor, chat, he walks out there, shoots out the fucking window, and loads up fucking old painless, chat, and just begins mowing down all the cop cars outside, chat, making sure that the police stand back so they can escape. Thank you, Stranger Shoe, for the 5 minutes. Still better than scary than Fan 4 Stick. True. Very, very true. You just need to be stretchy. Just be stretchy. You can escape a secret government facility. Thank you so much. I know. Pock sponsorship. Thank you for the follow. You, my new Huckleberry. Welcome to stream. And so there, he's just mowing down all these cop cars. The cops are like, oh shit, they all take cover over the grassy knolls. Chat, the copter that's looking at them. The lighting in this thing is spectacular too, chat. I haven't really talked about the lighting in this movie, but it's impeccable. And he fires the old painless out of bullets. He takes the grenade launcher, ba-boom, does the flip two of the grenade launcher, ba-boom, takes them all out, chat. And he's walking back. They're all shooting at him, chat. But what do we know, chat? Cool guys don't look at explosions. And as all these explosions are happening behind Arnold, he doesn't look back, and he looks cool because he's cool. But chat, at this point, the fucking police are like, we gotta send in the best of the best of the best. So we gotta get, who do they get, chat? Dean Norris. They get a surprise cameo, chat, from Dean Norris, who of course probably is best known for playing Hank Schrader in Breaking Bad, chat. He's the leader of the SWAT team. So they send him and his boys and girls in there, chat, to take on Arnold Schwarzenegger and company, and they're infiltrating Cyberdyne, chat. At this point, Dyson and the Connors, they're setting up all these explosive shell, these C4s and mines and everywhere around the thing. So just take out all of Cyberdyne. Gotta blow this shit up. And as they're about to leave, fucking, goddamn Dr. Dyson, he has the kill switch, chat, for it. And he's like, oh, don't worry, guys, I got this. But oh no, the SWAT team shows up. They go, ah! And they say, there's a black character in this movie. And they shoot the shit out of him. They kill him, chat. It's like, oh God. You have one black character who gets a predominantly speaking role in this film, and you murdered the shit out of him. It's like, come on. So they shoot the shit out of poor Dyson, chat. He goes, ah! And he falls down. He's taking cover, though. Arnold, he protects Sarah and John as they make their way down to the lobby area. And he's got to get them out at this point. Chat. And, the fucking cops are using tear gas on him and everything. The SWAT team's using tear gas on him. As they're making their way down, Arnold's like, stay back. And like Arnold, they're in the elevator, and he's just walking forward, chat, and they're all just fucking lighting him up, chat, and they're shooting all his flesh off and everything off his face. You're seeing more of the metallic endoskeleton. But he's still walking towards him. And they're like, and he doesn't kill them though, chat. He just shoots the shit out of their legs so they'll never walk again. Shoots out all their kneecaps, chat. Uses the tear gas grenades on them, boom, boom, hitting them so hard they're flying out fucking windows. But he doesn't kill them. Does not kill him, chat, because John Connor gave him order not to kill except under extraordinary circumstances, chat. And so eventually, John and Sarah, they're running out. Meanwhile, And we cut back to Dyson, chat, who has one of the most iconic death scenes, like death breaths. I don't know how to describe this. Is like how he's like breathing, chat. It's very iconic. And where he's like holding over the dead man switch, and Dean Norris walks over. He goes, I can't carry this. I can't carry this forever. And you know, Doc and Dean Norris says, we gotta get moving. Holy shit, Murray, they're minerals. And he gets out, chat. All of his teams run out, chat. And Dyson goes, boom. And the whole fucking place goes up, chat. And the entire goddamn place goes up. Thank you. And the Vibe Dark Slayer, R.I.P. Miles Dyson. R.I.P. Miles Dyson, chat. Meanwhile, Aura Patrick comes up on Cyber9 chat, and he's going up the stairs with his motorcycle, which I don't know how he did that, but he's literally going up the stairs with a cop motorcycle, chat, and he's on the floor that just fucking exploded. But he sees that Sarah Connor and Arnold Schwarzenegger and John Connor have obtained a SWAT vehicle, chat, and they're leaving the scene. And Robert Patrick goes, I gotta catch them. And see, he sees a helicopter right in front of him, chat. So he fucking revs up the motorcycle, fucking shoots himself off the window, grabs onto the helicopter, chat, rips open the fucking door, and he looks at the guy and says, get out. And the guy goes, okay. And he fucking jumps out, chat, probably either killing himself or fucking up his legs for life. It's like, Jesus Christ. And so now we get another chase sequence, chat. There's been so many in this film where Robert Patrick, who has now grown extra arms, chat. He now has 4 arms, so he's control of the helicopter's lower arms, while his upper arms shoot out of the helicopter at the SWAT vehicle, chat. It's fucking nuts. While Sarah Connor, she's covering John in these Kevlar vests while she's covering up the windows of the SWAT vehicle with Kevlar, chat. But when the bullets gets through, boom, gets her right in the fucking leg, chat. She's like, ah, right in the thigh, chat. So John's trying to stop the bleeding as Arnold is like, shit, this is not good. And, you know, Robert Patrick, so many shots here, chat. The stunt work of the helicopters is amazing. I'm like, holy shit. Yeah, 4 arms. You don't really see it, baby GTG, but he grows another pair of arms in control of the helicopter. Really, it's just a guy behind him holding on to it. But you see in some shots where someone's holding the thing while he's reloading it and shooting shit out the window. By this point, he runs out of bullets, so he's just like, oh, I'm just going to ram my helicopter into the back of the SWAT vehicle. He goes, and he's going under bridges and shit, chat. The stunt work, impeccable. But he goes behind the car, boom, rams the helicopter into the car, chat, in the SWAT vehicle. Helicopter just fucking explodes. And the SWAT car, chat, the wheels get all messed up, and they crash that shit. But it's like, we got to keep going. We got to keep moving. We got to destroy the arm. We got to destroy the chip, and we have to escape. And so they cause like a massive pile-up, chat. This nitroglycerin truck stops it. It's like, holy shit, they just saw the helicopter crash. And they see Robert Patrick walking out. And the truck driver of the nitroglycerin truck is like, hey, man, are you okay? And fucking Robert Patrick just stabs him through the face and just rips his brain out. Yeah, rips all his face meat. His face meat is gone. And he commandeers the nitroglycerin truck, Chad. And he's coming after Sarah Connor and John and Arnold. And Arnold, they commandeer a gardener's truck, who's like, you could fucking have it. And he runs away. And so now they're on the fucking freeway, chat, in this piece of shit 50-year-old truck while Robert Patrick and a nitroglycerin truck is right behind him. And the fastest as their truck can go, chat, is about 65 miles per hour. So they get off the goddamn freeway, chat, and they're heading to a steel mill, industrial steel mill. And, oh, God, it's nuts. Where, you know, Arnold's like, okay, he's right on our tail. He's catching up to us. Arnold's like, fucking take the wheel. And, you know, John is taking the wheelchair driving while Arnold is just shooting the shit out of the truck, chat. First he uses grenade launcher, and, you know, one of the grenades falls out. Chase like, shit, and he drops that. He picks up the assault rifle, chat, just starts shooting. It's like he's not close enough. So he goes on top of the nitroglycerin, and this is a wonderful shot. She doesn't get enough praise. Where he's on top of the nitroglycerin truck, chat, right in the windshield, and he just starts shooting the shit out of Robert Patrick point blank. Robert Patrick's just going as it's driving. And he's getting shot so much, chat, he loses control. Sarah and John, they crash the car, but they get out of it to see Arnold propelled. The power of CGI. It's a bad shot, but everything up to this point was amazing. He's propelled forward, chat. He takes cover with John and Sarah as the nitroglycerin truck crashes into the steel mill. And nitroglycerin just begins like exploding out of the truck. And then Robert Patrick, he busts out, coming after them, chat. But as the nitroglycerin is hitting his body, he's slowly freezing, chat. He's like, and he can't like move. And he's like literally breaking apart. And he's like, oh, fuck. And until he's like frozen. And he pulls out his gun, chat. What does he fucking say? Hasta la vista, baby. Boom! And he explodes Robert Patrick. And he's all over the place. At this point, they're like, yeah, we fucking did it. We did it. It's over. It's not over, chat. Because Arnold, who's now even more fucked up, chat, his eyes are like his little red Terminator's eyes all exposed. He sees the molten metal, chat, creeping towards the body of our Patrick, chat, heating the frozen metallic metal. Thank you. Ooh, Elliot, how about the 500 biddies? Thank you. Thank you, Elliot Hobb, for the 100 biddies. I picked up an overnight shift, and I need to run. So glad I could stop by. I love this film. Have some schmeckles for a great review, Chris. Thank you, Elliot Hobb. Hope you guys enjoyed the review so far. Naya Brownie, welcome to the stream. Hey, Christopher. Hey, Juicy Game. How you doing? I am doing great. Just in the middle of my T2 review, Judgment Day. It's been very good. It's a long one. There's a lot of big boom explosions. I saw you in there too, Ace Rock. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing very, very well. Whew, good to see you. But chat, so Arnold knows like we need to get moving because the molten metal's heating up Robert Patrick, and he's starting to come back together again. So he tells Sarah Connor and John Connor to take cover to go deeper in there while he fights Robert Patrick. And this point, Robert Patrick, he's come back together, Chad, and him and Arnold get into a little bit of a scuffle, Chad. They're punching and shoving each other, throwing each other into the gears and the machinery. And the thing is, Robert Patrick, he's just a more advanced model, Chad. So he gets the upper hand of Arnold by removing his hand, where he shoves Arnold into a gear, Chad. And Arnold's, I guess it's his left arm. It's his left arm, chat, and it gets caught in these two gears, chat. And it's like he's stuck. He can't get out. And, Robert Patrick, he's just done with him. He's like, it's not his primary target because Arnold's stuck. He's like, where is, John Connor? He goes after him, chat. So Arnold has to fucking sever his own goddamn arm to get out. He cuts his arm off, chat. It's like, yeah, to fight Robert Patrick. Meanwhile, we cut back to Sarah and John. Sarah's not doing well, chat. She's lost a profuse amount of blood. And she can move on. She tells John, go down here. I'll be right behind you. But she lies to him. So, she escapes. She's like, Mom. He's crying and shit. And, Robert Patrick comes up on her, chat. And he starts to fuck with, she tries to shoot him. He's like, bashes the gun away. It's not going to affect him. And he just starts torturing her, chat, where he uses his finger, boom, shoots right through her fucking shoulder. And he just starts twisting it. And he's just like, call for John. He's like, I ain't calling for shit. And he's like, he takes his other finger, chat, and is about to poke her eyes out, about to gouge her eyes out of his other finger, chat. But then who fucking comes up behind him, chat? Arnold Schwarzenegger. And the fight is not over, chat. They start fighting even more, shooting each other, pummeling each other. But again, Arnold's taking on a lot of battle damage, chat. And the T-1000, he's in tip-top shape. And now, he takes this giant, I don't know how these giant girders, chat, and just begins throwing them at Arnold, chat, like it's on like a hook. And he's like bashing Arnold's body with it, so all the internal gears inside are getting all fucked up. Bashes him in the face, and so the face is being more exposed, the endoskeleton's being more exposed, chat. And eventually he just takes this giant pipe as Arnold's just dragging himself to his grenade launcher so he can finish off Robert Patrick, Chad. Robert Patrick's like, and he fucking, and he stabs him right there, Chad, and he puts it through until Arnold shuts down, Chad. Oh my God. The good Terminator, Chad, the T-800 is dead. And he shuts down, Chad, and then Robert Patrick's like, I need to find John. And then meanwhile, we cut back to John, Chad, who is, he's deeper into the factory at this point. But then he hears his mom, John, honey, I'm hurt. I need you. And John's like, Mom? And he goes back towards her, chat, and he sees Sarah Connor. She's like, oh, John, come here. I'm really hurt. And John's like, you're a lying bitch. And who walks up behind Sarah Connor, chat? Sarah Connor. It's like, oh, and she's like, get down. He fucking gets down, and evil Sarah Connor turns to Sarah Connor, chat. Boom! She has this, like, auto shotgun, chat, and she just starts pumping these goddamn, boom, boom, all in the Robert Patrick, chat, knocking him towards a precipice, chat, where all the molten metal is. And she's like, oh, just one, a couple more shots, boom, 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 and the last one, she'll knock him over, but click, click. Out of slugs, chat, out of bullets. It's like, holy shit. Meanwhile, we cut back to Arnold Schwarzenegger, chat, who's his emergency systems, diagnostics, they're now on emergency power. So he's been brought back to life through the power of filmmaking and plot convenience. And he rips the pipe, chat, the rebarb out of his body, and he grabs his grenade launcher and is intending to protect John and Sarah Connor. But meanwhile, we cut back to Robert Patrick, chat, who, all the slugs fall out of him, and he does the whole, this is when he took it personally, chat. He goes, and he makes his way towards them, chat, intending to kill them both. But as he's walking towards them, chat, John and Sarah, they see behind them. Who do they fucking see? Arnold Schwarzenegger. And he says, get down. And he fires off one grenade, chat, and it beds inside the squishy body of Robert Patrick. Robert Patrick goes, ah, shit. And ba-boom! And we get one of the most horrifying puppets I've ever seen in my life, where it looks like something from The Thing, where he's all disformed, like a giant hole, his head's like hanging off, like, and eventually he can't maintain balance, chat, and he tips on over into the molten metal, and he's like, he's dying, chat. He's becoming all the other forms we see in the movie, Jeanette Goldstein, chat. He's becoming the brother from Gremlins 2, the two brothers from Gremlins 2, chat, and he also becomes Robert Patrick one more time, and then, chat, he becomes his metallic form, and we go inside of him until his head comes out his own asshole, until he finally dies, chat, and that is the end of the T-1000, chat. Robert Patrick is no more. And fucking the goddamn, we get one line where I could tell Arnold Schwarzenegger added some personal touches here in the movie, where John's helping the Terminator up, and Terminator says, I need the vacation. It's like, do you though? Do you? It's like, okay, Arnold. And they get him up, and they go over to, then they see the Terminator all melted and shit, and they like get the arm, get the chip, and they throw the arm in there, they throw the chip in there, chat. It's destroyed. And John says, it's done, it's over. But then Arnold looks to John and says, it's not over. There's still Terminator technology here. Thank you, Dogs, for the 5 minutes. The sound it made, so unnerving. Like that. It's like, absolutely dark side. Thank you for the 5 minutes. And it's like, there's still Terminator technology here. And John's like, no, you can't go in there. It's like, John, I'm sorry, I need to go down in there. He's like, no, I love you. No, don't do it. I order you not to do it. He's like, John, I have to destroy myself. We must prevent Judgment Day. I must die. And John's like, no, he's crying and shit. And then Arnold goes to him, and then the Terminator goes down to his level, and he's like hugging him. Sorry, the Terminator hugs him, chat. He hugs him and he goes, now I know why you cry. Listen, it's super corny, but they earn it here. They earn it. He's so goddamn lovable, chat. He's a lovable killing machine, okay? I don't know why you cry. And even Sarah, she's emotional, but she doesn't give him a fucking hug. She puts out her hand as a nice handshake, a nice firm handshake. They shake hands. Is like, you need to do it. Gives her the hook mechanism, chat, for the mechanical hook, and he gets on the hook, and we hear the ba-na-na, na-na-na, ba-na-na, all the music and shit, as they're slowly lowering him down into the molten metal, chat. And, his feet hit it, chat, and he looks up to John, and he holds out his arm, chat. He's holding up his arm like in a fist, like, what's he gonna do? And as soon as his head's underneath, chat, he puts up his thumb and goes, yeah, does the fucking thumbs up, chat, as he shuts down forever, chat, And, Sarah's just like, the sacrifice of the Terminator prevented Judgment Day from happening. And John and I went down to Central America, where he was promptly murdered 2 days later, which set up Dark Fate, but that doesn't count, chat. There is a cut ending, chat. I don't know if it's in the special edition. There's a deleted scene out there where it takes place decades later. We see Linda Hamilton in some awful old age makeup. Thank you, show, for the 10 biddies. My heart's a pitter-patter in that scene too, show. Thank you for the 10 biddies. We see, that's what they lost the, that's what, okay, we have no money left. When we see Linda Hamilton in some of the worst old age makeup I've ever seen, chat, sitting at the park that she sees in all of her visions and dreams, where she watches John play with his son and daughter, chat, with her grandkids. Reflecting that through the Terminator sacrifice and through our perseverance, we managed to overcome Judgment Day and to establish a new future. So for me, chat, that's the ending of the Terminator franchise. This is how it should end. Fuck all those other movies. This is how it should be, chat. And that, my friends, is Terminator 2: Judgment Day, chat. An epic action film. So good. So well shot, so well directed, chat. Fun performances from Arnold Schwarzenegger and Lil Hamilton. Just a blast at the theater. Thank you, T-Mac, for the 10 biddies. Better Than Sex. Greatest action movie. Ow. I'm caught between a high full price and a Better Than Sex, chat. But actually seeing this again after so long, I'm kind of right there. This is a Better Than Sex film, chat. It's so goddamn 9 running 3 out of 5 Arnold. 3 out of 5 Arnold sounds. Yeah, Rocker Birdie, thank you for the 25 biddies. Yeah, it's a really fun film. Highly recommend checking it out, shit, if you have not done so. Also, I'll eventually be posting my commentary and full reaction to this movie on my Patreon, shit. If you want to see my reaction going, oh my God, look at that. Patreon. Woo. Dun. Yeah, that's right. Hey, Daniels, for me, I like it better than the first one. I still like the first one better, but the second one is pretty goddamn good, chat. It's very, very good. Great duology, in my opinion. Great duology. Much like Alien and Aliens. Yeah. Baby GT has been like 4 years since you saw T2. See it again, my friend. See it again. It's worth it. Crazy. Out of all the Terminator movies in the franchise, what order do you rate them best to worst? T1, T2, I guess T3, T4, Dark Fight, and Genesis. That's how I'd rank them. Genesis is the worst one. Thank you, T-Mac, for the 5 biddies. I went to see it at theaters twice, and if they re-release it, I will pay to see it again. It's well worth seeing in the theater, chat. It's a very good movie. Holds up extremely well. There's some of the CGI is dated, there's no doubt about it, but the practical effects all hold up. All the practical effects hold up, chat. The puppetry, the animatronics, the blood squibs, the profuse amount of the plethora, chat. The plethora of blood squibs is overwhelming, chat. I highly recommend checking this out if you have not done so. Yeah, Dark Fate said fuck T. They really did. It said, yeah, you know that whole thing, all that struggle we went through. It doesn't matter. That was not a good start. That was not a good start to that movie. I was like, okay. Yeah, that's why the deleted ending is kind of my ending for this franchise, chat. Like, if you haven't made a good, like a truly good Terminator movie since 1991, it's time to stop. It's time to stop. Yeah, chat, yeah. But I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Hope you had a fun time with that, chat. I'm going to take a brief break to refill my beverage. But then I'm going to be jumping into Samurai Jack, Episode 9, Jack Under the Sea, waiting for me, which should be a good time. Genocide is a really pure guilty pleasure film. Well, to each their own, Horrible One, to each their own. But yeah, I will be right back. Gonna get some more liquid in me. Hopefully not liquid Terminator. That's the last thing you want inside you, chick. Can you imagine that? Just explode. Woo. But I'll be right back, chap. Stick around.